UN Secretary-General Antonio Guterres is calling for international inspectors to be given access to the Zaporizhzhia nuclear plant in Ukraine. It comes after Moscow and Kyiv traded accusations over the shelling of Europe's largest atomic plant at the weekend. Earlier today, the UN chief said that any further attack on the plant would be, quote, suicidal. Well, for more on this and the latest developments on the ground, we can bring in our correspondent, Sasha Vakulina. Sasha, of course, I'm pointing out the obvious here. That news about the nuclear power plant is very concerning. But what more do we know about the situation there and its security as well at the moment?
Well, as you say, the both sides are trading the blame, saying that they shouted. But of course, the most important thing here is the danger of anything happening to the biggest nuclear power plant in Europe. It has been under Russian occupation since early March, with the Ukrainian technicians still remaining at work there. It's been at reduced capacity, though, ever since the Russian forces took it over. But the thing here is that Kyiv is asking now for the security missions by the UN and the International Atomic Energy Agency to come there inside, but this is where it gets complicated. Ever since the full-scale invasion of Russia to Ukraine since the 24th of February, we have not had the experience of Russian forces allowing any foreign missions of anybody coming there while it is still under occupation. We only saw that some missions coming to the region of Kyiv, but after the Russian troops withdrew from there. So this is the thing now. And this way, this is still under Russian occupation, the site there, the danger and the potential danger consequences are dramatic and massive, but yet again, there is no access there. So the international observers and the experts cannot get access to understand exactly what's been happening there. And any wrong move could be really dramatic there.
And then this raises the question as well, what could the West, the United Nations, the international community actually do?
Well, that's it. Ideally, they would have to send their missions there, but would they be getting access to that? Not really. We haven't heard even with the dramatic events what happened in Olenivka, with the tension with the prisoners of war in Ukraine. We've heard that Red Cross never had access to get there still. So this is the track of the events that's happening here. How can they get there? How can Ukrainian as well authorities get there to check what's happening there? Yet again, this is a Ukrainian power plant. It's on Ukraine's territory, but now it is controlled by Russian forces in Zaporizhzhia.
We're also hearing in Zaporizhzhia that the Russian-installed head of the region signed a decree for a referendum on joining Russia. Sasha, a referendum under what conditions? Oh,
well, that's a referendum at gunpoint. This really rings a bell of what happened in Crimea with the referendum there. Now, we have to say that Zaporizhzhia region is quite big, and around 2/3 of the region's been occupied by Russian forces since early March as well, and then they moved progressively, coming from Kherson and also from the side of Mariupol, that's Donetsk region. And yet, although 70% are occupied, Zaporizhzhia itself, and this is the city of just under 1 million citizens pre-war, is under Ukrainian control. This is also the city that welcomed so many refugees and evacuees from Mariupol, from the south of Ukraine, from all the Azov coastal areas, from the Zaporizhzhia region and Donetsk region. So what kind of referendum the Moscow-installed authorities are talking about, it's really hard to understand, given the fact that this is Ukraine's territory that is under occupation.